Okay, so the next stage in Excel, the next thing to do is basically do some charts or graphs. So I've got a table here. They're all to do with books, and you can see these are to do with the amount that have sold over the years. They're in dollars from 2008, 2009 and so forth to 2012. So I'm going to show you the different types of charts. These are the objectives, different types of charts that you can make from the table, why you use certain ones and how to make them. So we'll go straight into it. So it's quite easy to do. Okay, the first job is basically highlight everything. Okay, if you don't highlight everything, then you can't make the chart in the first place. Do not highlight any blank cells because they will appear in the chart. Any headings is perfectly fine because those headings can be put straight in, so you don't always have to type them out. It might not work this time. There's only one little heading on there. It's called genre. But if there's more headings than that, they actually get automatically put in there. And all I do is on Excel, just go to the second tab, Insert, and on here you can see. Now mine looks slightly different. I've got a newer version that I actually downloaded using Office 365 actually. If you ever want to download all the software, you can actually download it for free off Office 365. There's different ones that you can normally over here. A lot different versions, a bit more colourful than this one. They can actually recommend some charts for you, but we're going to do the different types anyway. So the first one is going to do the bar chart. So if I click onto here, now there's a slight difference between a bar and a column chart. The only difference being is that actually the column chart goes up, okay, whereas the bar chart goes vertically across. So let's just do a bar chart at the moment. They're very similar. In fact, I can do a bar and a column chart here. Oops, I clicked on recommended charts here. If we go to this one, so the column one's at the top. You can see there's 3D ones and 2D ones. So let's just do that one, a column one, and then we'll do a bar chart in a second. So these are the most simple ones to do. They normally put categories together, which they've done here, and they're easy for comparisons. So you can see straight away that this one is useful for this actual table because you can see that romance, for instance, has sold the most. And you can tell a little bit here that it's in 2009, so it's quite clear, quite colourful. The only problems that you've got at the moment is that you could do with having the titles in it. It should have, and this is the y-axis and this is the x-axis, they should have titles on there. The key's already in there. So to format and change the actual presentation, so the formatting of it, there's a tab at the top and it says Chart Tools, and you've got designs, so you can do different designs and the colours. Okay, so formatting that way, that's quite nice. And you can do different layouts onto it. And you can also do the formatting of the text and the colours again in particular there. That looks like it's the box around, to be honest. Okay, so I'll go to click on the design section of it. And I want to just add in some elements to the chart. So I do want to put in the actual axis title. So the y-axis and the x-axis go across. So you can see here, if I click onto that, you can see there's a title on the bottom. This is good practice. Every single chart should have these on them, and let's do and then the axis title, let's do the vertical one, and then now I can actually type these in, and that's what you want to do each time when you do a chart. You want to make sure it's got a chart title and it's got the axis in there as well. So for instance, I'm going to put in amount sold in dollars because that's what that one is. There you go. And this one, it's the actual genre of book. So you do have to think what the actual titles would be for each of them. I'm not going to fill out the titles for each one, I'm just going to do it on the first one here. And then this will be the books sold. That'll do me. Right, so there's the one done. Okay, so that's easy for comparisons. Again, next one, if you want to put in another one, highlight it again, go to Insert, and if I wanted to do a bar chart now, I could do that one. I'm not going to fill out any of the. Really, on each of these, you need to put in the title and the x and the y axis titles in there. Okay, so remember it was under here on Add Chart ones. You can actually do it here as well when you click on the plus. You can actually put the access title in there, and it'll put both of them. It's probably easier actually to go on the plus and just click the tick box there. You can put in different stuff as well on there. So the other ones that you can do, again, highlight these again. Go to Insert. there's different things on here. So for instance, you put your mouse over the top of it, it tells you what they are. So there's loads of different charts. These are the common ones that I'm doing today. So the insert a line chart. Now this one is used, and you can see it works. Some charts work for some tables, some don't. Okay, we know that the columns and the bar charts work. In fact, I can show you that they work, because in the insert the recommended charts, yeah, there you go, I thought they'd have them, the column and the bar charts. So line charts are normally used for looking up patterns and trends. So if there's something that's happening over a period of time, which it would work if this was time lapse across the bottom here, but it's not, it's a genre, so it doesn't quite work as well. I've got another one here actually. This one, the line chart would work better for this one, because this is over periods of time, because then I'll be looking for patterns. So just go to insert, and the line chart is that one. So this one works better for that one, because you can see this one's to do with the medals, and you can see that over the period of time when, for instance, Norway didn't do very well, but then they did well again. You might be looking for, they use line charts, for instance, if you've got some ice creams in a supermarket and you want to see what the period of time is when they sell the ice creams and when they don't sell the ice creams. So for instance, they actually, ice cream sales peak just before Christmas, because people buy ice cream for the Christmas, and obviously the peak in summer. So a supermarket would use that data to work out when they need to put the stock of the ice creams into the freezers, because there's limited space within the freezers. So that's why they're really useful. You can see when actually, oh, do we need to fill these freezers up now? When do we need to rotate the stock? How much stock do we need in? Do we need people to replenish? So they use it for the wages and for the actual finances, and work out how much they actually need in. So the charts are really useful as a graphical way to see the actual data. And you can see here Norway's had a bit of a dip, but they've come back up again. And looks like here Canada did alright, and then suddenly they've done better. So they want to keep going with that really on those ones. So that's line chart. They're good for the timeline, and they allow the values to be plotted across the time. Okay, so then that last one is a pie chart, and a pie chart only actually works in certain scenarios. Okay, so it probably doesn't work for this one. Really, it only works for percentages. Pie charts are for when it's 100%. Well, this isn't 100%. There's no 100% happening on this one. It's good for budgets and population, so it doesn't really work. Let's just do another one on here. Let's see. This, it won't work for any of these ones. It needs percentages really. So if I go to insert, here's a pie chart. It's a common mistake for people just to do a pie chart and thinking it's fine. It's not always fine here. See, that doesn't really make any sense. 20, you can see a little, it maybe works on this one a little bit more than the other ones, because you can see 2012 there's more desktop computers sold, for instance, but it's not really working on that one. You need to do all of them on here. So you do have to be careful with the pie charts. They only work on the percentages in particular. Okay, I just made up this table just to show you real quick about the pie charts, just to have one that's actually working and looks fine. Highlight all of it again. Okay, notice I've done the title. The title should go in automatically. Go to insert, and here's the pie charts one, the little label here. Again, if you put your mouse over them, you can see what they actually are. Now you can do a 3D one, for instance. There is a 2D one there. That's the obvious one to do. There's one that does a pie chart within a pie chart. So if you want to pick out specific parts of the pie chart itself, I'm just going to go for the normal option. And as you can see here, it works well for the percentages. So these are the recommended diet percentages. You can see here that you can see quite easily that actually fruit 36% is what they recommend on a diet per day, and it's very easy to see that. Now the percentages aren't on here, so just to make it a little bit clearer, the tabs already gone to here to the design thing, and you can see here there's loads of little options, and there will be one that labels it, there you go, with the percentages in itself. So you can see quite easily that actually fruit 36% should be recommended every day. Very easy to look at. Again, you can change colours. This is on the design part, the tab. You can add in the elements, you can add in the notes. The heading's already been put in there, so that's pretty good, to be fair. You can change the colours of it. There's different layouts you can have, so you can choose where the actual, loads of options of how to format it and how to make it look. But that works a lot better for the percentages. So it's picking the right table, the right chart for the right table, and making sure that actually looks good. You don't just put any chart on there, because it doesn't always work properly.